It's SportsCenter on YouTube. It's the internet, Drew Carter. I'm Gary Striewski. We're heading to Ireland in just a little bit, Drew, but because this is the internet, we can say anything we want. The stage is yours.
We got so much time. Let's just talk back and forth a little bit, maybe do some trivia.
Let's do that.
Just kidding. Let's start with baseball. Aaron Judge, you might call him a cheat code.
Hey-o.
More on that in a moment. I promise it'll make sense. Judge enters this game against the Guardians yesterday with 47 dingers. Tops in the bigs. Make it 48 as he serves it out to right. That is 15 Apo Taco Yabos for Judge.
They don't talk enough about how that right field porch is kind of shortened.
48 bombs for Judge already ties Mantle and Ruth for third most before September in franchise history. Giancarlo Stanton, your thoughts?
He's playing a video game. All of us are out here grinding.
Yeah, so everyone else is grinding. Judge is just sitting on his couch playing a video game, baby. He's a cheat code. Ooh, I like that.
Our editors, better than your editors. Look at that. That's nice.
Pretty good. He is a futuristic superstar. Fourth home run in the series for Aaron Judge. Giancarlo says everyone else is out here grinding. I don't know, Gary.
That's a poke.
I think he makes it look kind of easy as well.
Grinders grind.
You're not supposed to be able to do that. Reach it out. It looks like a toothpick for Giancarlo Stanton. He goes yard 45th time. His teammates, those guys, have both gone yard in a game, fourth in franchise history. You know the team is hitting well when this type of pitching is just a sub-headline. Garrett Cole, only 2 strikeouts, both on a knuckle curve, but he was still plenty effective. Top 6, induces an inning-ending double play. The Yankees do not allow a single hit after allowing a hit to the first batter they faced for the first time in franchise history. There's a lot of history in that franchise. They win 6-0 against a team with the second best record in the American League. They are cruising, and so is this guy. Judge homered for the third straight time Thursday, giving him 48 homers and 118 RBIs for the season. It puts him ahead of both of his totals at this same time in 2022 when he set the American League record with 62 blasts. His OPS is also over 100 points higher this year today than it was at this point 2 seasons ago.
It is snug atop the American League East. Everybody looking up to the Yankees right now, including the Orioles, who did have top spot for so long. Corbin Burns taking on the Stros in his last start against Boston. Lasted 4 innings, gave up a career-high 8 earned and 10 hits, and Boston went full Jay-Z. They put out the blueprint for Houston because this top 4 no score. Yard on Alvarez, runner on, runner home. Houston up 1-0. Top 6, same score. Ben Gamel up, runners on the corners, 2 outs, and that's going to find some green. Alvarez is going to play Gamel's second hit of the game, and the Stros all of a sudden, they're up 3-0 against former Kings of the East. Baltimore Orioles, and then, yikes, this ball gets away from Ryan O'Hearn. Victor Caratini scores. Burns, 5 2/3, 8 hits, 5 earned. Orioles get blanked, 6-0 at home. With the loss, the O's fall to 1.5 games behind the Yanks for the top spot in the division. That's the largest deficit they have had since June. Baltimore now 0-4 versus Houston this season, which is not good news since they have 3 more games left in this series against those Stros who are top of the AL West. College football back tomorrow. One team that so many said should have been in the playoff last season, Florida State. Seminoles 4th in the CFP rankings. They were 10-0 on the field before starting quarterback Jordan Travis broke his leg in mid-November. Travis had thrown for more than 2,500 yards, 20 scores, just 2 interceptions. Despite that, they beat North Alabama. They took care of the Gators in the Swamp, then beat Louisville in the ACC title, moving them to a perfect 13-0, taking care of every single team on their schedule. But wait, just in case you forgot, the committee thought they were not one of the 4 playoff teams making it. The first time an undefeated Power 5 team was left out of the playoff. The Seminoles will go on to lose by 60 to Georgia in the Orange Bowl. It's a revenge tour. And it's also Desmond Howard joining us from Dublin. Des, so fantastic to see you. We're going to get into the ball here in just a second, but first, set the scene for us. How's Dublin? What are you seeing? What are you smelling? How are the vibes out there?
Hey, Gary, man, I got to let you know, I had no idea if this, if this community, these people here in this town even knew what game day was, but I just did like a 20-minute Q&A with local media. It was probably like 18 to 20 people, and they had great questions. They're big, huge fans of College Game Day. I'm like, who knew? Thank you for sharing that information with me. Said one thing that really got people angry last year wasn't when they could not see games, but it was when they could not see College game day. So, man, they love game day over here. The people are excited. We're not just talking about Florida State fans, Georgia Tech fans. We're talking about the locals. You can't go anywhere without people talking about game day. I'm so glad we're here. It's going to be a hell of a show tomorrow, my friend. And I was able to get some vinyl, too, yesterday.
That's amazing, man. Hey, listen, you guys are an absolute global brand, a global franchise. That's fantastic. I'm looking forward to chopping it up with you tomorrow. Let's talk about Florida State getting their new quarterback in DJ Uiagalelei, obviously familiar with the conference during his time at Clemson. It's an expanded playoff field. No reason this team shouldn't be in the playoffs at season's end. Right, Desmond?
I agree with you 100%. You know, when I look at certain analysts talk about who are going to be their 12 teams in the playoff and the Florida State isn't in it, I'm like, why? Why not? What don't you see? Understand, they lost a lot. You know, Jordan Travis was a hell of a quarterback, but DJ Uiagalelei, he knows the conference because he was at Clemson. He's a guy who knows he can get the ball down the field. He's a seasoned veteran. They love what he brings to their offense. And don't forget, at the end of the day, Coach Norvell is a fantastic coach. He's done a great job of just filling in some little holes and spots with the portal. But more importantly, what I like about Norvell and his staff is that they do a really good job of developing the talent that they have on campus. That's why defensively they're going to be good too, but offensively, DJU is going to fit to their scheme perfectly, and he's going to make sure that he keeps him in a position to succeed. So I like their chances to make the college football playoff. Plus, hey, Gary, they know that they got hosed by the selection committee last year. So I think they're going to come into this season with a chip on their shoulder.
It's Florida State. It's Georgia Tech. It's ABC Saturday, noon Eastern. That's going to do it for us. Drew Carter, Gary Striewski. The college football season can commence. What is that? What is that? Drew, what are you doing with your hand?